greatest cycling champion of all time after battling cancer at age 25. He went on to win the Tour de France, a record-setting 6 times. Please welcome the Superman of cycling, Lance Armstrong.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Now, is this? I'm looking at these injuries. Is this?
Yeah, this is new. This is fairly new. Yeah.
How often do you? Shouldn't you wear pads or something? Like on a motorcycle, people. I mean, seriously, if you fall, first of all, shouldn't you? You still fall down?
I do.
Really?
Just a few weeks ago here in LA, I was out riding, and I was actually on my mountain bike riding up in the Santa Monica Mountains, and there are a lot of cyclists out there, and I hit the ground. I actually hit the dirt, and I got up so fast. I was like, oh no, what? Somebody comes along, and I'm laying in the dirt.
Lance Armstrong is down. Now, so what? It's like just hitting a rock or something would make you fall, or what?
I don't want to go into it.
It was silly?
Yeah, beyond silly.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, did you have your kickstand up?
I did.
Okay.
I had it up.
That sometimes makes me fall down.
If you're turning that direction, yeah, you would definitely fall down.
That's right. Oh. So, hey, congratulations on the Tour de France. Let me figure out. It's your 6th win, first of all. I mean, that's huge. If you would please explain the race, because how many days, how long does it take?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, and it's, a couple thousand miles, which is, I guess, on average, is about 100 miles a day. And there's a whole mix of flat stages and hilly stages and what we call time trials and team time trials. And there's a couple rest days in there, so they make it human.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which we actually don't prefer the rest days, but they do them anyways.
And now, when do you sleep well at night because you're exhausted, or do you lay awake thinking of different things that you have to do? Is it easy for you to sleep during that time?
Well, no, I personally don't have a problem sleeping.
You don't?
But, I mean, you have to keep in mind, the race goes through all parts of France, and so we stop or the race, the stage finishes are in rural places in France, and it's not always as if we're in this famous chateau and having great food and everything else. So, sometimes you have to deal with what we call a banana bed. This is...
Oh, it's not really a luxury.
No, there's no
luxury. If you're driving by, like in France, instead of people holding water, do they hold wine, where you can just actually just drink it and keep going?
Sometimes they actually throw it for you. They give it to you. They force it to you.
Really? No, but I mean, I would just think that would be hard. I can't even imagine driving that much during that period, much less being on a bike. And also, the pictures, the crowds are so close. How do you stay focused when the crowds are that close to you? I mean, they're in your way.
Yeah, that's sometimes a problem. But you see here, the good news is we have behind us just the motorcycles and the cars, so they don't mind standing in our way. They always get out of the way.
They get out of the way, yeah.
They see the car coming, so they get out quick.
Right. But that's the problem as being the leader. You want people in front knocking the people down to clear the way for you. If you go slower, you wouldn't have that problem, Lance. All right, so, and this is...
That's not an option, Ellen.
Yeah. And this is, I mean, even just when you have all the cyclists around you, like, do you have horns or a bell on your bike so you can say, get out the way?
No, we don't have any of that. And you got to keep in mind, there's probably 20 different languages right there in that picture, so you have to kind of learn all the, the obscene words in all the languages to get people to move.
It might be worth it, though. And so now, and here you got, this is a cute picture of you and Cheryl, your girlfriend Cheryl Crow, my friend. Look at that. Now, and what did she get you? She gave you a nice present.
Well, when I won this tour, she gave me a 1970 GTO, which she bought from a guy in her hometown of Kennett, Missouri, and this guy he would never part with his car forever, and she somehow convinced him to sell her the car, and I guess you know the rest of the story.
I do.
You do, yeah.
But they don't know the rest of the story.
Oh, yeah. So there's a show on TLC called Overhauling, where they pretend to steal your car. And if you don't know the show, this is what happens. They steal the car, they call you, and they lead you along And I thought the car was stolen. Anyway, 7 days later, the cop calls you and says, look, we found your car. Can you come down and identify it? And they've totally changed the car. I mean, it needed a little work, but they did a lot of work.
Didn't need that much work.
24 hours a day, 7 days, and the car it's unbelievable. I mean, yeah,
Leather seats?
Leather, it is.
Power windows?
Power windows.
AC?
Perfect AC.
Oh, man, they made it great.
It's a total hot rod.
Yeah. So what, didn't they put like $100,000 into it or something like that?
They put a lot of money into it. I don't know. But, I mean,
Now,
it doesn't have door handles. It's all remote control. You hit the remote and the door opens.
Really?
It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
No, I've never heard of such a thing.
Well, if you watch the show, you'll see it.
I will see it.
Yeah.
I will watch it. Hey, listen, I was showing my bracelet off, and tell people a little bit. I mean, you've raised so much money. I don't think you understood what Nike and you were doing here.
In the beginning, Nike came to us and they said, listen, we're going to make 5 million yellow wristbands, and we're going to sell them for $1 a piece, and we're going to donate this to your foundation. And we're going to put on there Livestrong, which is our program, sort of our flagship program that we do at the foundation. Which is a resource center for cancer survivors around the world. And when they told me that, I thought, great, you're going to make 5 million, maybe we sell 500,000 and we'll have 4.5 million to, shoot at each other or something like that. Long story short, we just passed 15 million.
Wow. And you can't even find them anymore. I mean, you can't get them anymore.
A lot of them on eBay. But.
Yeah, I know, but you can't get them anymore.
No,
but everyone in our audience today is getting one. And a T-shirt, courtesy of Nike. We'll be right back. We're back with Lance Armstrong. So, and you have 3 kids, right?
I do.
How old are they?
Well, I have twin girls that are almost 3, and a little boy who's almost 5.
Ah, yeah. And do they ride bikes with you?
They all have bikes, but we ride sort of a long bike together. I have my bike, and then he has what we call a trailer bike, and then the girls sit in a buggy, so it's one long thing.
Well, that sounds goofy. It's like, what do you mean a trailer bike?
Well, you can't do a U-turn, but I mean, it works.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Trailer bike he has a back wheel, and he has handlebars, and he has gears, but the front of it connects to...
It's like a bicycle built for 2.
Well, sort of.
Well, what's the difference?
Well...
You just don't think it sounds as cool.
It's not a it's actually a bike built for 4, so.
It's as long as a Hummer limo.
I actually measured it up out there, and it's close.
No, so, okay, so he's behind you, and then are they in tandem also,
no,
or are they next to each other?
they're sitting in a little buggy. They just sit there.
And a little buggy?
And he's supposed to pedal, but he doesn't really pedal much.
So it's all you pulling them?
Normally. In Austin, where we ride, it's pretty hilly, so
That's a lot of training for you.
It's good training, I tell you what. That's my
great.
secret.
So if you don't have kids, just get some and do that to train. Can I borrow your kids for a little while?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this, the Tour of Hope that starts tomorrow, actually, that you started. Explain what this is.
Well, actually, Bristol Myers Squibb started this last year, and this is 20 people that are all affected by cancer that are, probably, obviously they're not professional cyclists, but they're going to ride from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C. For one goal and one goal only, and that's to promote clinical trials, which is everybody in the cancer community, or in this community that I'm so connected to, knows that clinical trials are the only way that we're going to really move the ball forward here, because in the adult population, only 3 or 4% of adults go on clinical trials, and about 60% of our children go on clinical trials, and you see the success rates are drastically different. So these people are going to start tomorrow night. I'm going to start with them midnight here at the City of Hope, and end up in Washington, D.C. a week later.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Awesome. Now,
and actually, I think we have something for you, because I know maybe you exercise a little, but we thought maybe you'd want to come out.
I do exercise.
And come out and, you do? Well,
yeah.
Look at here. Oh, we got a special jersey.
And a special jersey, and the pockets in the back, very important.
Pockets in the back, yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is very cool. Thanks so much. Yeah. I'm so excited. Lance at the Tour of Hope. team will be back later for one more thing. For more information on the Bristol-Myers Squibb Tour of Hope, visit our website. For information on the Livestrong bracelet, go to Nike.com.